So now the next scenario number 21, cascading filters. Cascading filters. So what are cascading filters? So cascading is nothing but a dependency. Okay, cascading is nothing but creating the dependency among the multiple filters. So I'm opening one sheet. Here. I'm taking. Let me clear this sheet. So here I'm taking two fields. Let me take the department. I'm adding to the sheet. I'm adding a quick filter on department, and I'm adding another quick filter on category. Here I'm having two different quick filters. One is department and other is the category, right? So now here on the department quick filter, I'm unselecting all. If I unselect all, only the departments are hiding. But what about category? The category is under the department only, right? But here all the values under the category, they are not hiding. If I click on furniture, here it is showing us the department furniture, but it is not showing. Okay, it is not showing only the categories under furniture. By default, it is listing us all the categories. It means in Tableau, by default, the two quick filters they are going to work independently, irrespective of the filtering. The two quick filters they are going to work independently. So how to make one quick filter dependent on the other quick filter? If you want to make one quick filter dependent on the other quick filter, okay, then we have to make use of this cascading concept. So how to make one quick filter dependent on the other quick filter? So if you take two filters, it is called as cascading of level 2. It is called as the level 2 cascading filtering. Okay. So now if you go to the quick filter options, in the quick filter options here we have two options, all values in database, and next number 2 only the relevant values. So for the top level filter, we have to set all values in the database, and for the second level filter we have to set only the relevant values. For the second level filter we have to set only the relevant values. If I set only the relevant values, means here this quick filter going to fetch only the matching values from the other filter. If I click on office supplies, now it is going to list us the categories from both the furniture and office supplies. If you want only office supplies, check only office supplies. If you don't select all, in the below quick filter also it won't show us any values. If you click on technology, now it is showing us all the values from the technology filter. So here what we are making is just we are making one filter, one quick filter. Okay, one quick filter dependent on the other quick filter. Here you may get one doubt. What will happen if I don't define this cascading, and if I set this department to context? Let me add the department to context. Okay, let me add the department to context. So now what will happen if you have the context filter and the normal filter? All the normal filters, they depends on the context filter, right? So now here I am unselecting the department. Okay, I am selecting only one department. Even though here if you define the department as context filter, okay, so this category is dependent on the department at the filter level, not at the quick filter level. Okay, not at the quick filter level. So how to make one quick filter dependent on the other quick filter means we have to make use of this cascading option. So just go to the department, just go to the category and set all values, only the relevant values. I am removing it from the context. Okay, I am removing it from the context. So it is called as the cascading of level 2. It is called as the cascading of level 2. Here I am taking one more field. Let me take item. Let me take the item. Show filter. If I take the item, let me show all the values in the item. Okay, multiple value list. Here I am seeing all the items. So let me unselect all in the department. Now in the category it is not showing. It means category is dependent on the department. But in the item it is showing us all the values. Then how to make the item filter dependent? Okay, how to make this item quick filter dependent? Okay, so here again we cannot set only the relevant values. If I set only the relevant values means here it will not work because only the relevant values from which filters. Here we have two other filters, right? Department and category. So only the relevant values from which filter. So we cannot define that manually. So here we have to define it programmatically. So how to define it programmatically? So if you want to implement the cascading of level 3, then take the first filter as context. Then take the first filter of the top level field as context. So how to take this field as context? Just simply right click on the department and click on add to context. Take the first field as context. Now go to the first field. Just set for the first field all values in the database. Now for the second field, just select only the relevant values. Okay, just select, sorry, not all only relevant values, just select all as in context. Now here the second field is going to get all the values from the context. The second field it is going to get all the values from the context filter. Next for the third field, just set only the relevant values. Now see here, now it is not showing here any item. Just set any department. Now it is showing us all the categories from the department and all the items in the department. If I unselect all in the category, it is not showing here any item. Just select any category here. It is showing us all the items from that category. It is showing us all the items from that category. So now here this item is depending on category and department, and category is dependent on the department quick filter. That is called as cascading of level 3. Now to this I would like to add one more. Now to this view I would like to add one more. So how to add one more here? So on the customer name I am adding the quick filter. On the customer name here I am adding the quick filter. So just go to the customer name and select multiple value list. So once unselect all in the department, it is not showing anything in the category and the item. It means these two are dependent on the department but not the customer. So how to make the customer dependent on the above three filters? So to implement the cascading of level 4, just set the first two filters. Just set the top two filters to context. So here the top two filters are department and category. Just set them to context. Here we have two context filters. One is the department and other is the category. Right? Now, by default, how the two context filters will work? By default, the two context filters they are going to work independently. So is it possible to make one context dependent on the other context or not? Is it possible to make one context filter dependent on the other context filter or not? Yes, it is possible. So how to make one context dependent on the other context? Just go to the category. In the category, just select only the relevant values. So as category being the context filter, for the context filter just set only the relevant values. So from which field? So here category being the context, only the relevant values from which field? From the other filter, other context filter. Here what is the other context filter? Department. So only the relevant values from the department, because the context filter is independent of the normal filters, right? So just select only the relevant values for the category. Now for the item, just set all values in context. For the item, just set all values in context. It means the item is extracting all the values from the context. Now for the customer, just set only the relevant values. For the customer, just set only the relevant values. Here no value has selected. So it is not showing anything. Just select here any department. Okay, now just select here any category. Now just select here any item. It is showing here all the customers who purchased that item. So it is the cascading of level. Okay, it is the cascading of level 4. Then how to take cascading of level 5? How to take cascading of level 5? So if we want to take the cascading of level 5, we don't have any direct mechanism. Okay, we don't have any direct mechanism. What we have to do is, we need to take the top level filter. We need to take the top level filter at the level of the data source. Okay, and we have to pass the values dynamically using a parameter. We have to pass the values dynamically using a parameter. So now here the top level filter is, or the top level field is department. So just create a parameter with the name department. Create a parameter with the name department and take the type as string. Take the type as string. Allowable values as list. Add from field. Just remove this values. Add from field. I'm adding the department field. So hit OK. Hit OK. Now go to the data source. Go to edit data source filters, add the filter. So take the department equal to, select department, hit OK. So take that department, just go to condition, go to by formula, take the department field equal to department with filter. Okay, hit OK. Now hit OK. Now remove this, hide this quick filter, show the parameter. Now we are doing the top level filtering at the data source level. So here, no need of again taking the department filter field here. Now category going to act as the top level field, item is second level, next customer. And here below to this I would like to add here order priority. Below to this I would like to add here order priority. So order priority being the lowest level. So now for the top two levels in the filter sheet, the top two levels in the filter shell, take context. I'm adding to the context. So now in the department, if I click on technology, it is showing us, it is going to show us all the categories. Okay, all the categories, items, customers, but it is not showing here anything. Okay, but it is not showing here anything. Now here we have to set the required options. So once go to category filter. For the category, just set all values in the database. Just set all values in the database. Now for the item context filter, just set only the relevant values, because item is the second level context filter. So we have to make this item context filter dependent on the category filter. For the customer name, just set all values in context. For order priority, just set only the relevant values. Now select any category, we are seeing the item. Just select any item, we are seeing the customers. Obviously uncheck customers, we are not here, we are not seeing any order priority. Just select any item, any customer, we are seeing the order priorities of the customers. So now in this parameter I would like to add all values. If I enter all, then I would like to show all the categories. And I would like to show one more value called as none. If you click on none, then I want to hide everything. So how to do this? Go to the data source. Now click on this, just go to edit. Go to the condition and here you have taken one unmatching condition or department quick filter equal to department parameter equal to all. Just simply here I am performing the indirect evaluation. Just hit OK. Hit OK. Now let me select all. Okay, it is showing us all the categories, it is showing us all the items, it is going to show us all the customers, similarly all the order priorities. Now just go to the department people, let me click on none. So if you click on none in the top level, in the bottom it is going to hide everything. Now select any category, it is showing us the categories. From that item, let me uncheck all. It is hiding all the department, it is hiding all the below level fields. Let me unselect all in the item, it is hiding all the below levels. Let me unselect customer, it is hiding order priority. Maybe the cascading is working fine till level 5. Then how to implement the cascading of level 6? If you want to perform the cascading of level 6, then how to perform? So directly we cannot take that level 6. So we have to make use of the table calculation function called as lookup. We have to make use of the table calculation function called as the lookup. So here I would like to take one more field or one more quick filter on let's say not category, on let's say for example on the country I would like to add the 6th level field. So I'm creating a category with the name country underscore cascading CS. So how to get the required value? Take lookup of. I'm taking lookup of country, comma, I'm taking 0. So basically lookup is the table calculation. So always the input expression in the table calculation must be aggregated. So I'm taking here min. Because for every country min means it is going to give us that value. Only min of country comma 0 means what current value. Click on apply and click on OK. So just show the country. Okay, just drag this field. By default here it is not showing us any option to add the filter. Just simply drag this field and drop it into detail. Okay, and now show the filter. Now remove this country from the marks. Now it is showing us that country. Now select none in the department. It is not showing anything. It means it is all depending. Select here all. Select here all. Now let me select any category. Let me select here any item. Let me select here any customer. Okay. So let me select here any other customer. So it is showing us the country of the particular customer. So just we have to simply make use of the table calculation to implement the 6th level. So what could be the case if we want to implement beyond 6? So we don't have any direct mechanism to implement beyond 6. The only mechanism is from the 7th level, just take only the relevant values. So for example, I would like to implement customer segment. A 7th level for the customer segment, here take only the relevant values. But what will happen if I take only the relevant values means here we are calling the relevant values each other. We are calling the relevant values each other. So it is going to degrade the performance. It is going to degrade the performance. Okay. Next. Tableau automatically performs the cascading. Okay, if we are having the hierarchy. For example, here we are seeing the mapping items, and in the mapping items here all these fields are having the hierarchy. So the hierarchy fields Tableau automatically perform the cascade. So then what is hierarchy? So defining one-to-many relationship. So what is a hierarchy means? Defining one-to-many relationship is called as a hierarchy. For example, if we take country, one country will have what? N number of states. N number of states. And if we take state, one state will have what? N number of cities. So we define If you define the one-to-many relationship, it is called as hierarchy. For example, I'm taking the country and I'm taking here multiple states. Here I'm taking here multiple states. And inside the state, I'm taking here multiple cities. So Tableau automatically creates the hierarchies for the geographic fields and the dates. State 1, State 2, and even in fact State 3, State 3, next City 1, and in fact City 2. So this kind of defining one-to-many relationship is called as hierarchy. Okay. So if we are in the hierarchy, if we are viewing the data from the highest level to the lowest level in one order, from this level to the next level, from this level to the next lowest level, it is called as drill down. It is called as drill down. And if you view the data from the lowest level to the highest level in one order, from the lowest level to the next higher, and again from that level to the next higher, it is called as drill up. It is called as a drill up. And if you view the data across the multiple layers, like from country to city or from state to the next level, it is called as a drill across. It is called as the drill across. Okay, in the hierarchy we have the different options like drill down or drill up or the drill across. So what is hierarchy? Defining one-to-many relationship. Defining one-to-many relationship is called as the hierarchy. So if the fields are having the hierarchy, then Tableau automatically creates the cascade. For example, here we have the hierarchy. Okay, levels. Country is the highest level, next state, next city, next postal code. Now here I am taking country. I am adding a quick filter on country. Next state, next city, next postal code. For city, I am adding multiple value list. For postal code also I am adding multiple value list. So for country here I am selecting all values in the database. Now I am making this country as, it's not required I think. Just uncheck country. If you unselect country, here in the state, city, postal code, here are saying anything? No. Just select India here. Select India here, it is showing us all the states in India, cities and the postal code. Just unselect state. Select any state. Select any state. Now it is showing us cities in your state. Just unselect the city, it is not showing any postal code. Okay. So by default, if you have the hierarchy, Tableau automatically creates what? The cascade. So if you want to implement the cascading of level more than 6, then one option is with the hierarchies. But hierarchies are possible only with the relationships. If the fields are not having any relationship, then we cannot define the hierarchy. Okay. So let me show here. For example, I am selecting here continent, customer segment. Here there is a relationship between continent and customer segment, and here I am taking the order date. I am taking the order date. Next I am taking here category, container, department, and item. Just right click. Okay, just go to hierarchy and click on create hierarchy. I'm naming it as custom. Hit OK. So if you see here, how we can able to identify the hierarchy means, okay, how we can able to identify the hierarchy means the symbol. With this symbol, we can able to identify the hierarchy. So now here I am taking, let me drag the component and drop it into rows. Let me add a quick filter on component and add filters on the remaining fields. See, in the hierarchy, the order matters. Okay, in the hierarchy, the order matters. Next customer segment. Next update. Next department. Next container. Next item. And next category. So once unselect all of the content. If I unselect all of the content in the below fields, it is not showing us any values. Select any component. Okay, now unselect the customer name. It is not showing any values in the below segments. Select any customer. Okay, just unselect the customer segment. It is not showing anything. Select the consumer. It is showing us all the years. Unselect the year. Okay, just select 2011. It is showing the department. Just unselect the department. It is not showing the below levels. Select the department. Unselect the container. It is not showing any values in the category. So in this way, the cascading will work for the hierarchy fields. Okay, so it's about the cascading rate. So any questions on the cascading?
Prajwal, I have one question. This is Sunil here. Prajwal, the first scenario what you have said for the context filter and then this hierarchy.
Yes.
So which one is preferable in the real time scenario?
No, hierarchy is possible only with the relationships, right? For example, here I have taken the department and here I have taken, let's say for example, content. There is no specific relationship between department and content.
Yes.
So if there is a relationship, then the hierarchy is not recommended. For example, take continent, country, state, then there is some relationship.
Yes.
So this hierarchy is recommended only if the fields are having some relationship. Else go with the first mechanism.
Okay. So I have a context filter. One context filter I have placed it, and I have different types of data or the dimensions which are mainly related on the, for example, client. A client is my main source of data. Under the client, we have different types of dimensions. So which one you prefer to have it? Because when I place it with a context filter and a file level of
no,
cascading,
the question is there you have the relationship or not. First, if you have to identify that. Among the 5 fields, you need to identify whether there is a relationship between those 5 fields or not.
Okay.
If there is some relationship, then go for the hierarchy. It's a workaround. Okay, the first way is the best way.
Okay.
First way is the best way. Okay. It is just a workaround. Okay.
Okay.
See here I'll show you some problems also. So let me take some values here. For example, here I'm unselecting the item.
Okay.
If I unselect the item in the top level field, in the container and department also, even the customer segment also it is, what is happening here? It is unselecting all the values.
Okay.
It means the top level fields also they're depending on the bottom level fields, which is wrong.
Okay. Okay. It's affecting on the reverse order also.
Yeah. Why it is happening? Because there is a relationship here.
That's right. Okay. So because I use the first methodology, but the performance is very low. I think I have not used the parameters. I understand. Okay. Right. Thanks.
Well, there is one question. Maybe you told in the very beginning. I don't know. How is Tableau identifying the relationship? Say for example, if you are taking a sales supervisor, it's just an Excel sheet and we give some, right? So how is it recognizing the relationship like say, continent and then country or things like that?
No, actually, like in Tableau, we have some default geographic roles. Okay, if you go to the mapping items here, why only Tableau is indicating country, state, city with the globe? Because we have some default geographic roles. If the field is of type the default geographic role, then Tableau automatically creates a hierarchy. Here the content is not having this geographic hierarchy. Only country, state, city and postal code is having the geographic hierarchy. So the reason is if you right click on any field, any dimension field, we have an option called as geographic role. These are the default geographic roles available. The field is having the default geographic role. So the default geographic role means here you may get one more question. Here how Tableau is identifying the default geographic roles. Okay, here all these things are discussed in the test case, in the maps, in the geographic analysis. So let me tell you again. Here how Tableau is identifying the default geographic role means with the field name. If the field name is matching with the geographic role, then Tableau automatically plots the hierarchy in one order for the geographic fields. And while working with the date fields also Tableau going to drag the order date. Here first we can able to see what here, I think here we are having the hierarchy. Right? Let me take the ship date. Okay. So for the date fields of the first Tableau will show year, next quarter, next month, next day. So for the date fields here, why Tableau is taking the hierarchy means by default Tableau it won't show the actual date. Tableau will take the highest date part. If you take the date, what is a date combination? Day contains day, month and year, right? So here year is the highest date part. So how Tableau deal with the dates means Tableau will display the highest date part. So first year, next quarter, next month, next week, next day. So that's why here Tableau is showing both the geographic and the dates in the hierarchy way.
So you when you say only these two are the default hierarchies, one is dates and another is the geographic.
Exactly. Yeah.
Only these two Tableau will form the hierarchy. Other
Yes.
than that, it won't form.
Yes. Why it is forming the hierarchies for the geographic and the date means because you have the default geographic roles, and for the dates it is going to show the highest date role.
So name should exactly match, right? Say suppose instead of city we have city name, then it won't form, right?
Here I would like to ask you one question. Have you practiced the geographic analysis? There I have discussed like 4 to 5 test cases.
Okay. I think yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll check.
For example, I'm taking here. Okay, I'm taking here some different name. Okay, I'm taking the fields like this. I'm taking India. I'm taking Telangana. I'm taking Hyderabad. Okay, so I'm saving in my desktop geo data. Click on save. So if we connect to it, let me connect to the text file. Let me go to the desktop. We go to the geo data. Let me open it. Here if you see that text file geo data, here the field name is wrong here. For the country here some letters are missing, the state also some are missing, and city also some are missing. But here this three fields contains what? Geographic values like country name, state name and city name. But here how Tableau is identifying the fields? Here Tableau is identifying the fields as here ABC, ABC, ABC. It means textual fields. So for example, I am changing this role to country. Even we can able to set the role manually. Okay. If the field name is wrong, Tableau won't identify it. Tableau it won't identify those fields as geographic by default. So I am setting the role to country. Now just go to city. I am setting the role to city. Now go to state. Now we have to set the roles manually by right clicking on the field and we have to set the role. Now we are seeing the India in the home map. Let me take one more test case. Now here I am taking country, I am taking state, and I am taking city. Now this time here what I am taking is, I am taking country as A. It means I am taking other values which are not geographic. City as B, state as B, and city as C. Now here how Tableau going to identify this country, state and city as geographic or as text values? Let's check it here. I am refreshing my data, or let me come to it again. Text file. So geo, click on open. Go to the sheet. Now here the data is not refreshed. Let me connect to it again. Text file. Geo. No, still not refreshed. Let me save it. Now see, now you are seeing country, state and city. Here how Tableau is identifying country, state and city. Okay, with the globes. Even though here this fields contains the different values, Tableau is identifying them. Okay, Tableau is identifying them in the form of the globe. So now if you click on country, okay, it is not plotting that value in the form of map. Why? Because we don't have any country with the name A, right? Then how to plot? Then how to plot means, so one important point here is what I have told, Tableau will perform the evaluation by taking the alias names. Okay, by taking the alias name. So if you right click on the country, and if you go to here you have an option called alias, just go to aliases. Here we can able to see one option called as just set this value to India. Just set this value to India and just hit OK. If I hit OK, now here it is showing what India. So if we click on view data, here we can able to see value for country as what India. But in the actual source, we are having which value here A. It means with the help of the alias name, we can able to perform the evaluation. So the bottom line is Tableau is identifying the geographic fields depending on the names but not the values.
Thanks, Prajwal.
Yeah.
Prajwal, one more thing I have. When you take the data, same like date, any date field, when you said year, if you can go to 16th or 15th sheet where you have placed it already. Yeah. The user doesn't want to degrade this one. For example, now year is there and quarter. We need to can we restrict up to quarter only? They don't want to drill down to month or day. Is it possible?
In the automatic field, it is not possible. You have to create these two fields separately, and you have to create the hierarchy.
Okay. You mean to say calculate field and then year?
Yeah, just extract year for year, just extract quarter for quarter, and just create the hierarchy between year and quarter.
Yeah. Got it. Okay, right, got it.
Okay, yes. Any other questions? Okay, I'm ending the meeting and again I'll start. Okay, because the reason is